Cheat on a nigga for solid. So used to whip him with dollar. Picking up like Benny Hunter. I do a check at my mama. He not gon' flex in design.
Alright, how's it going today, everybody? Batsert here. And today we are joined by Stavviegeta.
That was very aggressive. How's it going, guys?
I am very aggressive. Today we're talking about Super Saiyan Goku's Zenkai. And, yeah, so let's get into his stats. 2.7 million health, 255,459 strike attack. So basically 256, but whatever. 256k blast attack, which is 255,271. You guys can read. It's fine. We're Dragon Ball fans. Basically 188k strike defense and 185k blast defense. How do you feel about that, Stavvy?
So I don't mind these stats. Just based on, I don't want to go too crazy talking about his kit right now. But just from the base outline of what we've kind of seen from his kit, looking at this kind of beforehand, it looks like his goal isn't necessarily to come in and like do a bunch of damage to the opponent, but to really kind of soak up damage and then give a ton of support to his allies to then come in and then do the damage for themselves. So like to come in and support Ultra Gogeta, revive Han, Blue Boys, you know, stuff like that. So for him to just be a damage sponge, I don't necessarily mind seeing those 180, 185k stats for the defenses. You know, 2.7 health isn't too bad. And those offenses, again, he's not necessarily supposed to be a damage dealer, so I don't necessarily mind these stats. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, so do I. I think they're balanced, and that's what they should be. Now, he's going to be a tank, and alongside the right units, like Blue Boys and Yellow Boy.
Yeah, Yellow Boy.
Gogeta, there we go. I couldn't think of his fucking name. He's going to be a menace. Banana Republic. I feel like this man's going to be a menace, but, you know, he's going to be a tank.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, absolutely.
Strike impact, blast impact. You know the unit's old when it says strike impact and blast impact.
Yeah.
Let's see. Super Kamehameha deals major impact damage and 20% special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. That's insane.
Did they get rid of the reducing enemy key? Is that not there anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's a nice buff, but I actually do like that.
Oh no, it's still there. It's still there.
Oh, it is still there. Okay.
I just didn't read farther enough.
Okay, word. Yeah, because all right, so that's really powerful. That's really powerful.
Yeah, it is 20% to special move damage, and the enemy loses 50 key on hit. Yeah, that's fucking insane.
That's crazy good.
All right, restores own key by 40 and 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts. Shortens allies sub counts by 2. So.
All right, so that didn't change. Actually, well, the giving key is new, but that's still that might be one of the best green cards, if not the best green card in the game.
Yeah, that's one of the best
Sub
for
count,
sure.
Sub count, key, and damage inflicted for allies. That's nuts.
Now the main ability didn't change. Did it?
Well, what's it look like now? Because I got the
the main ability did change. Okay. So the only thing that changed on the main ability is the timer counts.
Is it? It looks like it also looks like.
Oh, and it restores key. It also gives the buff to sagas from the movies as well as Sun Family instead of just Sun Family.
Ah, yes. That's okay. That's a nice little pickup. We do love that as a movie.
But it now has 3 members. You get 50% to damage inflicted for 60 timer counts. 2 members, 35% for 60 timer counts. 1 member, 20% to damage inflicted for 60 timer counts. And then obviously the Rising Rush damage inflicted is still the same. It's 30% to inflicted if there are 3 battle members left and the 2 standby members are either Gohan or Goten. So there is still an incentive to run him with Sun Family. But I feel like the incentive's not big enough to run him with Sun Family unless you're running Revive Han.
And I think the problem with it is they both have to be Gohan or Goten, so you really only have the one active Goten right now, with the Zenkai LF Goten from this movie, obviously. This is actually original trio. And then everything else is just Gohans. And really, the other only prominent Gohan is Future Han, and then you're doing Yellow, Yellow, Purple, which is... I mean, it's not bad considering Mono Purple, but it's also kind of weird.
It could actually work in this meta.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, now that I say it out loud, it's actually not a bad option. So actually, that could be a really good setup.
Fuck
you get
yeah.
the double rush control.
Fuck yeah, then he can just switch in anyway, because he still has his own...
triple rush control.
Yeah, so that's insane.
Shit.
Plus with the mono purple, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, honestly, I you know what? Now that we're saying it out loud, I think we gotta give it a go.
Now his Zenkai ability is Element Yellow and Sagas from the movies, so Gogeta Blue basically.
Hell yeah.
Since that's basically Bird Coup, but like you said before, he's only been on one banner and not everybody pulled him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I feel like a lot more people have Gogeta Blue.
Yo, 100%. Especially with the 1800 banners.
Oh, yeah. I got that man to 7 stars.
I didn't pull him once, and he was like one of the 1LFs I really wanted to get to at least 9 stars.
But I feel like 35% base strike attack and blast attack and 40% to both defenses. That's really going to help Gogeta be nuts, especially paired with Vegeta.
Yeah.
Or Vegeta.
Yep. No, yeah, absolutely.
Now this applies the following effects to self. You need me for protection when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 30, 50% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and 10% to damage inflicted up to 30%, and increases card draw by 1 level for 10 timer counts. So that's not overly OP, but his buffs could stack.
It's still good. Yeah. And those buffs are actually new. Like the key and the draw speed were there, but those buffs are new.
Yeah.
So that's really nice.
I mean, he's still gonna hit like a fucking truck because of all these damage buffs, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. Proud Inheritance. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, it's kind of interesting that they do only apply to him, even though he is a support unit. That's all.
Hold on. There we go. Hello, QuickTime. Yeah, sorry guys, QuickTime went to shit. Anyways, next up. Proud Inheritance. Applies the following effects to allies when this character is defeated. Restores health by 15%, 30% to damage inflicted, can't be cancelled. 30% to key recovery, can't be cancelled. 15% to ultimate and awaken damage inflicted by Sun Family or episode sagas from the movies. So that's even more buffs for Gogeta Blue.
So the only things that changed about this was, first of all, Sagas picked up the buff for the ultimate damage. So that's good. But the other thing is that these buffs aren't cancelable, and that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. This man's gonna be a fucking menace now the more I read his kit.
Yeah, so even if you want to say just, screw the Rising Rush control, like you don't even care, just sack this guy off and give the death buffs, those are some wild buffs.
Now this is the part that is OP as shit. Shortens own sub count by 5 when enemy uses a special move, awakened, or ultimate arts, and shortens own sub count by 10 when enemy activates Rising Rush. So basically you come in, or you switch him out, they pop a rush, he comes right back in, eats the rush, you get death buffs in the process. And you're living. Well, I guess you're not living. But I mean, that's the buffs this man is giving is fucking insane. Bonds that create miracles. The second passive that is new. Words are hard. Seals all enemies with trying to read, hold on. Seals all enemies main abilities for three timer counts when this character is switched to standby. The following effects occur when this character is defeated. You get minus 10% to enemies sustained damage cut effects to allies can't be cancelled, which that's pretty nice to have. 10% is 10%.
For sure.
Reduces enemy key by 50 and inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to key recovery for 15 timer counts. So,
crazy.
What do you think about that one, Stavvy?
Truth be told, all I'm really thinking is just that at this point, everything he's doing is just out of control. And I think the one thing we were talking about beforehand, the fact that there's no limit to that main ability ceiling, like he can just do that every single time he switched to standby, that's out of control.
Yeah, it is. I think that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Especially he comes in.
Cool, but it's really powerful.
He comes in, he eats a rush. The guys, or not the guys, but whoever's character is switched. Main ability is locked. If I could speak, that would be great. You know what? Let me restart. So he comes in, locks the main ability, dies, gives you death buffs. So, I mean, what else could you ask for in that situation?
Yeah.
That's if he, It didn't say that didn't stack, so he could live a rush and technically do it again.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, all of these things, when you just put it all together on paper, it just sounds too good to be true, you know? It's like, I feel like anybody you put this guy with, as long as they're Saga or Sun family, they're gonna perform really well. And I think because of this tankiness that we're seeing, you know, people might be a little bit more inclined to start running FSK again, despite the death buffs, you know?
Hell yeah.
So, Return to the King.
If LF Bardock came and he was a Super Saiyan, imagine him ran with this Goku.
Yeah.
And old Bardock.
Yeah. I think the only weird thing about it would be, or the only thing that you would lose out on would be like the ultimate damage stuff. That's it. Everything else just applies to anybody.
Yep.
And the rising rush damage thing. But everything else, it's just like you're giving a ton of damage inflicted. You're giving the disruption with the blue card, the disruption with the main ability stuff. It's like, for a support unit, this dude is doing a lot, and he's definitely going to be relevant for his teams.
He's actually seems to be doing quite a bit of damage as well.
Yep.
But you got anything else to add, Stavvy?
No, not particularly. I think I've said all I can say. You know, this guy looks like he's going to be great.
Hell yeah. Let's get it! Let's pump! Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Let's get it. Just stop. Peace.
Hey guys.